Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday morning, February 6th, 2020. Guess y'all don't need to know that, though. You'll figure that out when I post this video. 8:45. I've been having problems with this silly phone all day, trying to get it started. I would have did this video earlier. But anyway, fun fact. I wanted to have me some 7-Up this morning. Nothing with no caffeine in it, though, because I don't want to stay up too long, Mix it with this. But then, of course, I have to throw a little sting in there. So, you get all that mixed together, you get this right here. Nice little clear drink, looks like a lemonade, but it tastes pretty good, Not bad at all, especially if you mix it right. And then, with some ice, it's not bad. Got my Cardi B's. Not bad. I like her as a rapper. She's a pretty, good rapper. I mean, a lot of people probably beg to differ with me, but I like the way she raps, and I like her beats and stuff. Whoever makes her beats, they keep it gangster. Then you got your boy. Definitely he keep it gangster. Boost is badass. Boosie. I think that among all the chips that the rappers got out, Bootsy's is some of the best because I think he took maybe the best flavor. I don't know or something, but I'm a very big fan of hot chips. Uncle Ray's is another one that I love very much. I just love the way they balance the spiciness with the salt and sugar and however they do it. Anyway, I do have a few important things to talk about today, and I hope this doggone thing don't stop on me, while I'm in the middle of trying to talk to y'all. But anyway, I got some things that I want to touch on today. I know I've been probably, on here for the last couple of days, just doing video after video after video, but I've just had a lot of things that I want to talk about lately, dealing from the, the lawsuit I was trying to file up into the jobs and then up into, family. More so, I'm going to talk about family today. How family is supposed to be there for one another, but they, be on that bullshit. So, without further ado, I'm going to put this video on pause right quick, and then I'm going to go into the other room, get set up so I can be ready for y'all and, to tell y'all my little story for the day. Hold on, give me a second. Pause. All right, my fellow YouTubers, we are in the other section, I want to show y'all these chips. Don't they look good together? Bootsy and the Cardi B chips. You can see the lighter color with the darker color. I think that's pretty good flavor together, All right, now getting to the topics that I wanted to talk to you all about today. As you know, I had been trying to apply for a job over at Carry Ingredients. The video that I did yesterday with y'all, when I was telling you all about the, sorry about that, the incident of me having to go to court and straighten out this mess with my birth certificate, I got a call that was Carrie. Pretty much they've hired me. So much for trying to file a lawsuit, because I mean the only thing I could probably get them on now is police misconduct, because the lawyers actually need to have a reason for me being hurt from the mess on my background. But with Carrie, it didn't hurt me, so they set me up for orientation on Monday. So I'll be working for them and then working for this company that I'm working for now. Now, I did do a couple of videos on my other channel, Into My Mind, Raji B. Brown, which will pop up if you put in Into the Mind of Raji B. Brown. You'll see Into My Mind on there too. So you probably end up thinking it's the same thing, but it's actually two different channels. But you'll probably see those videos pop up on there. And I was just basically at work today showing, some people how a job that pays $13.25 an hour can be pretty easy. I mean, the work is not hard, and even over at Carrie, the work is not hard over there either, and I'll be making 17 plus there. So, moving from the job and all that type of stuff. And like I, was telling y'all in the videos as I was walking back and forth to the phone, there are some fucking tattletales there. People, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people, but it seems like motherfuckers always want to try to get you in trouble. And this shit has trickled down from bosses to co-workers to friends, family. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people these days. Always want to try to badmouth somebody or make somebody look bad. You rarely ever hear anybody say anything good about people anymore. Now, this is just moving on from that subject to get down to what I mainly want to talk about today, which is my family. Now, in the past, me and my brother didn't get along so well because he did some shit, that was fucked up. But I love my brother, I love my sister, I love my family. I mean, blood is always thicker than water, but sometimes you got to put them on sideline too, because I had some real shady shit done to me from my family. Now, my brother, he betrayed me, by fucking around with a childhood girl that I cared about, and had a baby by her. My sister, she been betraying me, and she still is betraying me. Anybody that will listen to my sister, she'll sit there and dog me the fuck out to him. Now, the reason why I know this is because I caught her ass red-handed one time. Now, as y'all know, I just recently got out of jail. Recently got out of jail. I was locked up, during the month of August of 2019 for having a unlawful possession of a firearm. In Indiana, you can carry your firearm without a permit, but once you cross the border over into Illinois, you have to have a permit to carry the firearm. If you don't have it properly staged and put up, then they consider that an unlawful use of a weapon. To make matters worse, they put it as an aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. That's a felony in Illinois, but because of my behavior and my actions, to the judge, he saw better in me and bumped it down to a misdemeanor. Now, moving back to August. The first time that I went out there was kind of like mid-August or whatever. Like I told y'all before, me and the kids, we hung out, we had a ball. Well, they didn't get a chance to see their auntie, my sister. I wanted to take them out there so bad because they wanted to see her so bad. I'm always very passionate for family. I have a very soft spot in my heart for family and friends that are really good to me, But when family turn their back on me, no matter how nice I am to them, this is when the shit side of me come out. And then I could be a cold-hearted motherfucker, So, anyway, she wasn't feeling well. I couldn't take them out there the first time. As bad as they wanted to go out there, I just couldn't take them out there because she just wasn't ready. Now, the second time I came to Chicago to pick my babies up, I was able to take them out to Gary. We had a ball. They had like a little back-to-school bash and everything, and I bought them clothes, shoes, and all that type of stuff. I bought them both a pair of Jordans, bought them some book bags, bought their school uniforms, and I think a couple of little school supplies. I just hooked my babies up. That's what a dad's supposed to do, I mean, they got two daddies, and the daddy that they live with, he takes care of them too. He look after them like they his girls, and I appreciate that. When I can't be there for him, he's there for him. And when he, whenever I'm able to get out there and step in, I do my part. So we cool. But I got my sister sitting around trying to disrupt shit all the time. So now let me move forward from there. So, okay. Took them out to Gary. When we went to Gary, I paid for them to spend a night over in a hotel. My sister paid a little bit, but I paid the majority of the money. Now, I gave them my little PlayStation 4, let them play that for the night, so they can have fun. And then I went and got me a separate hotel, so they can have their little personal time or whatnot. I spent a lot of money, going out there. And I thought that me and my sister was getting along fairly well, but I guess we wasn't. So now, the next day, I go back out there to Gary or whatever, from Chicago to Gary. Because remember, now mind you, I dropped them off in Gary with their auntie at a hotel so they could spend some time with her with my PlayStation 4 so they can have, some fun and spend some time together. Then I drove my ass all the way to Chicago and got me a separate hotel. Then went out there, did it the next day. This cost me a great deal of money running around out there, gas money, food money, you know, because I had bought everybody food and everything too, on top of the hotel costs and on top of the gas money that I had to spend to get back and forth from Chicago to Gary. Now, went back out there the next day, did the same thing the next day. Then the third day, which was Sunday, I picked up my kids, you know what I'm saying? I was going to get ready to take them back to Chicago, but something was like, well, you know what? Instead of wasting all that gas money, because you're damn near broke now, instead of wasting all that gas money, how about we go ahead and just go down to Indianapolis, because your stepdaughter has been wanting to meet them for the longest anyway. I listened to my brain, and was like, yeah, that's a good idea, let me do that. Went on ahead, did that, ran on down there, and they got a chance to meet. And of course, y'all know that when I came back up and dropped my babies off, I got arrested right after I dropped them off. They ended up taking my stepdaughter out the car, putting her in handcuffs, put her in the car, and took her down to the police station, took me down to the police station, and then her mom had to come and pick her up. My wife had to come and pick her up, and I was in jail. I was jailed or whatever. Now, these jackasses put her in a jail, on a holding cell with a bunch of men. I don't appreciate that. To me, I feel like they deserve to get punched in their fucking face for that. Knocked the fuck out for that. Put my daughter in a holding cell with a bunch of men. But anyway, moving forward, getting back to my sister. Let's move back a little bit. When I was staying in Gary, I would walk to go and see my sister, because I only stayed like probably not even a mile from where she stayed at. I was like, literally, I could walk to her house, and it would take me about 10, 15 minutes to get to her from my crib to her crib. And I felt like if I can walk down there and come and see her to check on her, the least she could do is give me a ride back. Now, let me tell you how shady my sister was and how she was treating me. When I was living in Gary, I had just, lost my job or whatever over at, with the trucking, because like I told y'all yesterday, I'm trying to get my license back. They've been suspended since 2014. That same year of 2014, I ended up, losing my job because of that, because I was driving trucks. When, license suspended, you're done, Went on ahead, got that straight, ended up just trying to find some work somewhere. I started working at a place called Caribou Properties. That place was probably, I would say, about maybe 10 miles, maybe, give or take. I don't know if it was 10 miles. It had to have been about maybe 6 or 7 miles. I don't know. It was a long distance, because if anybody know how Gary, Indiana works, walking from 19th and Burr all the way to Ridge Road, and then got to go on down to Colfax, y'all know that's a long ass walk. And I used to have to walk from work to work, and to work from work. And I did this shit every day that they needed me, which most of the time was 5 days a week. I used to have a car. It was an Infiniti, but when it broke down on me, I had to start walking. Now, this is where the shade come in at. I goes down to my sister's house one day to go check on her, just to see how she's doing, just to see, how she's doing. Now, mind you, she never really came to see me, even though they had 2 cars in their driveway, but she never thought to come and see me. I go down there, walk down there, and go check on her. She had to go somewhere, probably about a good 15 minutes later. Her boyfriend, and the dogs, and the kid all got in the car and left me walking back to my crib. So I felt like, okay, that's kind of fucked up. The dogs can get a ride, but I can't get a ride. That's what I'm talking about when I say shady. And beforehand, she was dogging me out with my ex-girlfriend, dogging me out with my ex-wife. They don't know half the shit that I've been going through, but yet they all dogging me out. So that's the reason why I kind of lost respect for my sister, because I feel like, for one, I don't give a fuck who they are. You don't sit and dog me out with these motherfuckers that's dogging me out. See, my ex-wife and my sister wasn't getting along for a very long time. Now they trying to make it out like it's my fault. That's the reason why these two got into it with each other. I almost disrespected them. I was about to say these two bitches, got into it with each other, because I'm pissed. You know, I'm starting to really get pissed as I start thinking about this shit again. But you know, I don't give a damn if you family or not. You know, when you get to a point where you ain't got no fucking respect for me, you start disrespecting me, then that's when that's when the shit side of me come out. You know, her and my ex-wife are now getting along. Oh, that's my girl right there. That's sis right there and all this other shit. Yeah, yeah, because she probably dogged me the fuck out all the time to you. You know, talk about me like I ain't shit and all this other shit. But see, this is the thing about me. If you treat me like I ain't shit, that's exactly what I'm gonna be to you. I ain't gonna be shit to you. It's like Beyonce say, to the left, everything that you own to the fucking left. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about you. Because see, the thing about it, titles don't mean a motherfucking thing to me. Not a motherfucking thing to me. Titles don't mean a motherfucking thing to me. And the reason why they don't mean shit is because if you're gonna be that title, you have to prove that fucking title. You can't sit here and say, well, I'm your sister, I'm your brother, and then you turn around and dog me the fuck out to everybody that'll listen. You know, when I went out there to Gary to spend time with Rosemary acted like everything was hunky-dory, it was cool, you know, and then I sit here and even bought her boyfriend a car. You know what I'm saying? I spent my last $100 buying her boyfriend a car because my friend was selling a Honda. It's a stick-shift Honda, 1993, I think it was. Honda runs pretty good, you know, and everything. Just need a little minor work. He was selling it. He was gonna sell it for more than that. He could have got about $500 or $600 for the car, but because this was my family, he was just like, man, I'll just give it to him for $100. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pay for it, man, for him. So you can get off your property because I know you're ready for the car to go. Blah blah blah. Gave him the $100. Then eventually I told Rosemary's boyfriend that, hey man, I paid for the car. It's all yours. Blah blah blah. You know, the same weekend, that I end up going to jail. Now this is where I get pissed every time I think about this shit. After spending a nice weekend with them, everybody acting cool like we all good and all this and all that. I get back, home, out of jail, home, all this and all that. Come to find out, my sister's been talking shit with my wife on the phone, dogging me the fuck out with her. Cause when I got here, my wife had an attitude, and I'm sitting here wondering like, this is a nice welcome home. I come home and you sitting over here with a fucking attitude. Then you want to have the audacity to say that I put your daughter in danger and all this shit. And I'm like, how the fuck I put your daughter in danger? How the fuck did I do that? And I told her, I said, you must be listening to somebody. Somebody must be in your fucking ear. So, come to find out, who was in her fucking ear? My motherfucking sister. So, now my sister, if she sees this video, I'm your sister. Why you getting on the internet disrespecting me like that? Well, let me give you the answer to that. Because you've been disrespecting me for the last few years to everybody that'll listen. Including family that's out of town, including ex-girlfriends, including ex-wives, and everybody that'll fucking listen to you. It's people in Gary, Indiana right now that don't like me because you've been running your fucking mouth. That's the reason why. I went over to her house one day. This was a few years ago. I went over to her house one day to go and check on her. I goes in there. My oldest brother's girlfriend in there. Her boyfriend's brother up in there. She up in there and her boyfriend up in there. I come in the motherfucking door, they all looking at me all crazy. And I'm sitting here looking at all of them like, what the fuck, what the fuck did I do, But you see what happens when you got people that do this all the time, just running off at the fucking mouth. That's the type of shit you get, results like that. I'm one of the nicest motherfuckers you'll ever know. But I get shitted on all the time by everybody, and I'm tired of that shit. And I have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. So, I'm a person, I tell y'all this all the time, I'm a person of action. All that bullshit talking, I'm not about to sit and argue with your motherfucking ass. I'm going to just walk away from the situation and leave you talking to your fucking self. Because I'm about to be 41 years old. I'm not getting my blood pressure raised for no fucking body. I got too much other important shit to do. Rather than sit around arguing with some motherfucker that want to argue about some shit that happened years ago. We fucking 40 in our 40s now, and you want to argue about some shit that happened when we was 10, 11, 12 years old. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. So that's the reason why I don't get involved. See, Rosemary the type of motherfucker that want to get you in front of everybody and call herself trying to embarrass you. I'm going to save you that. I'm going to save you that bullshit because I'm not even going to entertain it. And my brother, the reason why I stopped talking to him for a while was because of the shady shit he pulled on me too. Because he was sitting there, telling my wife, that my current wife, that I had a girlfriend and all this and all that. We supposed to be fucking family. But y'all want to throw titles up and all this other shit, but y'all not owning up to your fucking title. But you want me to own up to mine. That's not how it fucking works. That's not how life works. You gotta put in and get something out of it, man. That's the only way it's gonna be a fair deal. Because I don't play like that. I'm not a fucking jackass. I'm a grown man now. When we were little, somebody used to stick their hand in the peanut butter. They used to go in the pantry, stick their hand in the peanut butter. And mama used to sit and chastise us all about it. And I used to take the rap for that shit. I used to get my ass whooped for these two motherfuckers. Get my ass whooped for them. Because I used to just take the blame. Until one day, mama beat my ass for lying on myself. For lying on myself. She beat my ass because she knew that I didn't do it. She did it on purpose. Just to see if I was going to lie. Because she had suspected that I was lying. Because it happened too many times. She's like, no, this Rodney getting his ass beat for sticking his hand in the peanut butter too many times. Why would he keep sticking his hand in the peanut butter and then getting his ass whooped? If something don't seem right about this. So she ended up sticking her finger in the peanut butter. I took the blame for it. And she told me, she said, the reason why I beat your ass this time was because you lied on yourself. She said, you don't go through life doing stuff like that. Because people will run all over you if you do that. And I learned my lesson that day. She beat my ass and put me on the steps. And I sat there for hours, had to think about that. But see, when people feel like they can make a jackass out of you, they will. I'm a grown-ass nigga now. I ain't playing that shit. I'm not playing that shit. You're not about to think you're going to get me in front of everybody and embarrass me talking about old shit, thinking you're going to make an example out of me in front of everybody, because I would embarrass you in front of everybody. I would embarrass you bad. You don't want to go there. You really don't. So don't try it. I'm just letting you know if you're watching this video. The reason why I'm not talking to you right now, sis, is because of the shit that you pulled when I got out of jail. Now, let me tell y'all about that, because I don't know how many minutes I got left on this video. My Sister Brown, I caught her on the phone talking to my wife. Now, my wife didn't know I was here. I was in the room, been here. She came in from work, didn't know I was here at the time. Got on speakerphone with my sister. They must have been talking like on an everyday basis. And I overheard the conversation when they was talking, because she had on speakerphone. My sister sat there for an hour and a half dogging me out. Said things like I moved in with my ex-girlfriend Danielle down in Huntsville, Alabama. Danielle ain't never stepped foot in Huntsville, Alabama. Never stepped foot in there. And damn sure we ain't never lived together. Talking about me and mama was sleeping together. She feel like we was fucking because she feel like I was mama's favorite and all this other dumb shit, because I guess she felt mama was showing me favoritism. Talking about that me and mama used to always be upstairs together while they was downstairs. A motherfucking lie. We were always downstairs, all three of us together. Mama ain't never shown me no favoritism like that. But see, this is the type of lies that people put out when they want to sit here and try to put deceit in your family. She tried to come in here and put some destruction in my household with my wife. And then she gonna claim that all I do is run from woman to woman and all this and all that. And my wife told her, she's like, well, I don't see what you're talking about, because the Rodney that I know and the Rodney you talking about are two different people, because my husband ain't never done nothing like that to me. I know what my husband be, because he always keeps his phone on and he calls me, or I call him. And I'm just sitting here the whole time listening to this shit, gritting my teeth, and then it got to a point where I just was like, came out there like, what the fuck is going on here? She's like, shush. She's like, your sister on the phone. I'm like, well, what, she's just, I listen to my wife. I just let it be. But not one time did she mention all them times that I bought her synthetic weed and gave her the majority of it, spending $300 at a time on her ass. Not one time did she make mention that I bought that car for her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Not one time did she make mention of that. Not one time did she say that I paid for a hotel for her and her nieces to stay in and bought them food 2 days straight. Not one time did she mention all of that. All she did was sat on the phone and dog me the fuck out to my wife. So this is how I know that this shit's been going on with my ex-girlfriend Sherry, and this shit was going on with my ex-wife Tiffany. That's how I know this shit was going on. She been doing that shit for years. That's why she's so buddy-buddy with him. Because she been dogging me the fuck out with him. And that's what they like to hear. Bitches like Sherry and shady people like Tiffany, they like to hear you dog their ex out. And Rosemary went right into that category. But see, her, this is the irony of the shit. Her and Sherry ain't even talking no more. Her and Tiffany still cool, but her and Sherry ain't talking no more. Ha ha. Now how the fuck does that feel? Now you see what the fuck I've been talking about all along, how shady that broad is. Been trying to tell you that for years, but you wouldn't listen to me though. But everything they say, you listen to them. And that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. When family turn on you like that. Now let me tell you some other shit. Remember I was just telling y'all about how I used to walk to work? Well, yeah, there's been times where I was walking to work, walking in the snow. While it's snowing outside, walking to work. You know what my sister did when I seen her on the road? Just kept driving past me. Or if she did see me and decided to look in my direction, she'll wave at me and keep on driving. But I'm supposed to live up to my part and be a brother though, right? Remember I told you, fuck titles. Because you gotta own up to that. I'm not gonna sit here and treat you like a queen and you dogging me the fuck out, treat me like I'm a fucking peasant. You got a car, you driving past me. I even had that bullshit happen with my cousin aunt. He's sitting here thinking I'm fucking with his girl and all this shit. He see me, he drive by me waving at me and all this other shit. It's like, all right, y'all gonna wish one day that y'all didn't do that. I'm gonna make y'all realize that y'all fucked up with me. Cause it ain't no getting back. Y'all fucked up. Y'all crossed the line. It ain't no getting back. When my sister Brown did what she did, she fucked up. Because I've given her too many chances already. Just like them little punks over there in Gary, Ronald, and Ernest. I've given them too many chances already. Once you cross the line with me too many times, it's cut off. And it's a permanent cut off. I love you from a distance. But as far as like me being cool with you and all the other shit, it ain't happening no more. You want to see your nieces, you go pick them up. That's the type of shit I'm on now. Because see, when I go pick my daughters up, they're going to hang with me. Or they're going to hang with me and their mom. But other than that, or hang with, me and my wife, That's how it's going to be. If their auntie wants to see them, then she need to make it her business to go out there and see them on her own. I have to draw the line in the sand because I'm not about to be nobody's sucker, somebody's jackass, somebody's crackpot. I'm not about to be that. I've been that too long, and I see where it's gotten me. It don't matter what I've done for Sister Brown. She's always dogged me, and tried to play me shady. I really thought this time around we was on something, you know what I'm saying? But this is the third time she fooled me. Every time I do something nice for her, she returns the favor by dogging me the fuck out to anybody that'll listen. And I'm simply put, I'm tired of it. So the line has been drawn in the sand. And if she decides to watch this video, she'll understand now why I don't talk to her anymore. There's nothing I got to say to you because you crossed the line. When you tried to get in my wife's ear and fuck up my household with my wife, you fucked up big time. You don't get no chance after this. I love you from a distance and I always love you, but it just ain't like that no more. You fucked up. And that's anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get it. Because that's the type of person I am. Once I shut down on you, that's it. It ain't no getting back. Because people are heartless out here. And the worst thing that could happen, see this is how people need to understand this. The persons that love you the most get hurt the worst. So when you end up having to pay the consequences for your actions for hurting that person, it's worse than your worst enemy. Because they're going to hurt you in a way that's going to really hurt you. They ain't got to put their hands on you and be physical with you to hurt you. It could be something mental, like something like how I'm doing my sister right now. She wants so bad to cuss me out, get me in front of everybody and call herself embarrassing me. But I can say one thing that's going to embarrass the fuck out of her. And she'll never want to talk to me again after that. And I'll embarrass her right in front of everybody that she called herself trying to embarrass me in front of. But that's the reason why I keep my distance, because I'm not trying to go there with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be on that with her. But I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired of people thinking that I'm just an easy get over person. I get that shit all the time from people out here. They look at me, they laugh at me and all this other shit. Don't know a motherfucking thing about me. But think that they know me. You don't know shit about me. So don't assume shit, because you fuck around and get your wig pushed back. Get your head punched in. You know what I'm saying? Get a fucking extra spot in your head. And out the back of your head. Fucking around with me. I don't play them fucking games. You know what I'm saying? You might think that I'm a motherfucking pushover, but you fuck around and get yourself fucked up. And anybody can get it. I'm not that type of nigga. I don't play them type of games. I'm a nice guy, until you cross that line with me. So I told you I wasn't trying to get on here too much today and snap. I got really good things going on in my life. You know what I mean? I've got some blessings that God has put down on me that's working for me now. And he told me as long as I follow his plan, you know, I should be good, you know, and I've been doing that. But at the same time, I do get on here every now and then and rant and rave, you know what I'm saying? Because family can be some of the shadiest motherfuckers you ever deal with. I've had family hurt me far worse than anybody out here. You know, I've gotten my ass whooped several times in school when I was in middle school and all that shit. High school, not so much, but middle school, yes. You know, I got jumped a couple of times by people. And that don't even compare to the hurt that I feel when it comes to my family doing this shit to me. The verbal hurt, the dragging my name through the fucking mud, making people I don't even know fucking look at me and throwing shade at me because of some shit shit they're talking about. And me personally, if I feel like this, if motherfuckers can't think for their fucking self and realize that there's two sides to a fucking story, I don't want to deal with you anyway. That's the reason why I'm so blank with motherfuckers, man. If you're a friend of Rosemary or a friend of some motherfucker out here talking shit about me and you judge me based on what they're telling you, then guess what? I'm not fucking with you either. Because that's the way I work. Because I feel like you should be smart enough to think for your fucking self. You gonna judge me based off of what some other motherfucker telling you? Just because she's my sister don't give her no fucking credibility. If you only knew what the fuck is going on, you would understand. You just don't listen to the first thing you hear. A smart person gets two sides of the story. That's why I cared about Tiffany, because when one of my ex-friends tried to throw shade, Tiffany got two sides to the story. She didn't just judge me based off what that punk was saying. She judged me based off what she knew. And she barely even knew me at the time. We was just getting to know each other. And this motherfucker trying to throw shade. Ronald's